What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. All right, we're going to be talking about the correlation right now between Ethereum Classic and AMC again, following the live stream we did yesterday. Okay, so for those that haven't seen it, I recommend you do. I also recommend you guys watch the video called Crypto Rounds AMC Follows, because that talks about the correlation that I'm going to go over here, and it'll make more sense. But if you already know, if you're up to date on how this works, remember that back in 2022 when we had the run-up on AMC, a couple of days prior, about 3 days prior, we had Ethereum Classic run, and that was the signal here. There were 5 things we were tracking, and this was one of them, one of the important things that we found on the correlation between the two. So now that the worlds are kind of coming back together, we have a correlation right now of 6 days. So there's 6 days behind these last couple of runs we've had, and now it's separating a little bit more. So we have about 10 days apart. As you can see right now with AMC's price action, it's coming back up. It was up a little bit over 10% yesterday, came back down, and it's just trading sideways. But I want to talk about what this pattern right here that Ethereum Classic is currently developing, because this right here is what we're seeing happening right now with AMC. Okay, and they look very similar to each other. Okay, so again, let's talk about this real quick. We have 3 days tracking between both of the charts, right? Ethereum Classic up here, AMC down here. 3 days, okay, it starts trading sideways going into the beginning of the year. We're tracking 6 days apart, okay, 6 days apart again, and then now we're separating a little bit. So 10 days, and then back here, 3 days. Okay, so on the other chart that I pulled up yesterday, okay, this starts to spread out when you're coming into a new cycle. So prior to this 3-day tracking, we were tracking about 1 day apart. I mean, it was very tight. The overall markets were tracking pretty much together. And before that, we started to see a larger gap between the charts. So this was prior to the June run-up. They were tracking about a month apart from each other. So this is why I think that going into this next tracking here, we're going to see a larger separation. I don't think it's going to be 10 days anymore. It's going to be about 15 and then probably about 20, 25 again. All right, so hear me out. Let's talk about this small pattern here. Okay, so we're going to take away these charts. Bring back the 15-minute here. Get AMC coming. So this is AMC right now. All right, we're looking pretty good. We're respecting both the support trend line as well as the resistance one, but I want to show you the Ethereum Classic pattern that already played out, the one that is right above here, right? So these are the levels that we're tracking right now. Remember, with crypto, it trades 24/7, so the pattern is going to be a lot more spread out, with really just trading sideways in between. In the market, things have to happen very quickly because we're limited to market trading hours. So this is the current pattern right now. It looks pretty similar to me. Same thing, right? You have the POI, it trades sideways, it breaks out, breaks up, and this seems to be going into tomorrow. All right, so Friday. Now what this means is if things track the same way, we could experience some, bullish pressure going into this. The catalyst we have right now is a court catalyst. If something happens, maybe in the morning, there might be a little fake out, but then we might start to see that pressure come in. All right, so this might happen very quickly. Remember, the targets right here are based on Ethereum Classic targets, which right now it's ran up about 50%. Okay, so if we take that into account, the 50% rally, then AMC would be coming up to this $5.80 to $6 range first. And then we have to wait and see what Ethereum Classic is going to do next. Because, again, guys, this is what we did with the tracking in March and August, and both were accurate using the levels that Ethereum Classic had shown us. Okay, both times. So if we are coming back to the same sort of tracking, just we're going to have to deal with a bit of a separation here in the tracking. It won't be so tight. It's going to be spread out a little bit. But if we have to deal with, this is going to be probably the best indicator that I can use And I'm sure many of you know how the cycle works, but this has shown to have some correlation with two of them tracking against each other using leverage. Remember, the hedge funds here have to figure out a way to trade the markets, and when they're over leveraged on positions, they're going to be running other stocks, other cryptos, and using that capital to run something else. That's why, we do have very similar macro charts, right? We go back to these two. Okay, you guys can already tell that both charts look pretty much the same. And this is not even the macro chart, guys. We're just looking at everything since before August, right around May time of 2022. And both charts are showing very similar structure, okay? So that's not going to change much, okay? Like, these two are tracking each other right now, in my opinion. And until they stop tracking, I'm not gonna stop using the Ethereum Classic as a little blueprint for the time being. So, guys, pretty much want to make this a quick video. Nothing crazy. This is pretty much what we talked about on the live stream with a couple of other things, kind of updating the macro chart on AMC and everything. Alrighty, so I'll leave it at that, guys. If you want to check out the Discord, make sure you head on to the website at twecharts.com. It shows you a nice little performance as well of all the other POIs and charts that we have been tracking, and a little bit more information on the Discord membership. So check that out. Subscribe, like the video. You know the drill. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. All right, bye-bye.